The eye gaze that shakes, the art of mastering the psychology of domination. Have you ever seen someone who just by looking at them can make others feel afraid, reluctant, or even scared? This is not just a coincidence, but a psychological technique that can be learned and mastered. 1. Calmness is power. People who are easily provoked by emotions and panic actually lose their authority. If you want to have a gaze that makes others afraid, the first step is to control yourself. Train yourself to stay calm in any situation. When the mind is calm, the gaze will be sharper and more controlled. 2. Focus and intensity. An intimidating gaze is not just looking, but also conveying a message without words. Focus your gaze directly on the other person's eyes, don't blink too often, and don't look away until they do. This shows dominance naturally. 3. A firm facial expression. Don't show weakness through hesitant or anxious facial expressions. Keep your face neutral, with a slight firmness in your eyebrows and lips that don't move too much. A calm and firm face can create an aura of incredible power. 4. Supportive body language. A strong gaze should be supported by strong body language. Stand up straight, don't cross your arms, which can be defensive, and make minimal but authoritative gestures. The fewer unnecessary movements, the more control you feel. 5. Controlling silence. A confident person doesn't need to talk too much. After giving a strong gaze, pause for a moment before speaking. Intentional silence can create psychological tension that makes the other person feel under pressure without you having to say anything. 6. Self-confidence. A fear-inspiring gaze isn't just about technique, it's about self-confidence. If you're hesitant, your fear will show. If you're confident, your strength will radiate from your eyes. Eye contact isn't just about looking, it's the most ancient form of communication that conveys power, control, and dominance. Train yourself to stay calm, confident, and use this technique wisely. Because in the world of psychology, whoever controls the gaze controls the situation. 7. Eye color and pupil psychology. In psychology, the eyes are the windows to the soul. People who are afraid or nervous usually have dilated pupils and often avoid eye contact. In contrast, people who have control over their emotions can keep their pupils normal and their gaze steady. If you want to strengthen the intimidation effect, pay attention to the ambient lighting. Dim light can make the eyes look darker and sharper, creating a mysterious impression and psychologically pressuring the person you are talking to. 8. Use the predator stare technique. The predatory stare is a psychological technique used by dominant individuals to intimidate opponents. Here's how. Don't blink too often. Hold your gaze longer than the person you are talking to. Use a neutral facial expression or squint slightly, as if assessing or challenging them. If the person you are talking to looks away first, it is a sign that they are already under your pressure. 9. Using silent pressure. The most powerful psychological pressure often comes from silence. If you are facing someone and want to show dominance, don't answer their question right away. Pause before speaking, letting them feel uneasy with your silence. Look at them expressionlessly, as if assessing or sizing them up. Use a calm, slow, deep tone of voice. Don't rush or sound nervous. This technique is often used by leaders, negotiators, and even intelligence agents to create pressure without being directly threatening. 10. Mental exercises to radiate a strong aura. A gaze that can make people tremble does not only come from technique, but also from mentality. If you feel weak, hesitant, or insecure, your gaze will not have the desired effect. To practice this mentality, visualize yourself as a strong and authoritative figure before meeting someone. Remember an experience where you felt the most confident and bring that energy into every interaction. Practice in front of a mirror to make sure your gaze is firm, unwavering, and radiates calm. 11. Use the cold reading technique to add a mysterious impression. Cold reading is the art of reading the person you are talking to just from their body language and expressions. If you can read a little about someone just from their gaze, they will feel that you have more power than they thought. This can create fear or reluctance. For example, if someone seems restless and often touches their face, it is a sign that they are nervous. Say something like, "You seem unsure about your decision," even if they don't say it. If someone avoids eye contact, you can say, "Why are you unsure about what you're saying?" This makes the person feel like you can see their weaknesses just by looking at them. 12. Use it wisely. Having a gaze that can make people feel afraid or afraid is a powerful skill, but it must be used wisely. Use it to build authority and stop others from trying to belittle you, not to bully or belittle you. A powerful gaze is a combination of calmness, confidence, and psychological understanding. With consistent practice, you can create an aura that makes people think twice before taking you for granted. Remember, true power is not in the gaze, but in the control of yourself.